Oh, ooh. Good evening everyone, and welcome to a new video on the channel. It is Wednesday the 8th of January 2025, and tonight, for the second time in the space of 5 days, we are heading to Bishopton Road West for an FA Trophy 4th round tie, and this time it is Stockton Town versus Rochdale. So here I'm in Stockton, and going into this evening's FA Trophy 4th round tie, Stockton are currently in 7th place in the Northern Premier League Premier Division table, while Rochdale are currently in 7th place in the National League, so there's 2 leagues difference in Rochdale's favour, but you'd be a fool to think that this is a foregone conclusion, because in this competition already Stockton have proven themselves as no mugs. In the third round, in the second round, sorry, they beat Scarborough Athletic, and in the third round they beat Oldham Athletics, so a couple of scalps in the name already, and they'll be looking for a third one tonight against Rochdale. But I think Rochdale might even now be looking at this competition, seeing it as a good opportunity to potentially go on and win something themselves. You look at it at the weekend in this competition, Gateshead went out, Barnet went out, York went out, so there's been a couple of sort of big exits over the course of this weekend alone, so it's potentially opened up the door for them to potentially go on and get to Wembley and maybe even win this competition. But at the same time, it is a football club that you probably more readily associate with the Football League, and they'll be looking to get back into that at the first given opportunity. They do currently occupy that last playoff spot, so they'll be looking to cling on to that and maybe even build on it as much as they possibly can. But as we said, I think this is going to be an intriguing tie this tonight, because I think Stockton will certainly give Rochdale quite a lot to think about. This tie was originally meant to be played at Spotland at the weekend, but it was called off due to a frozen pitch, and I think they made a bit of a common sense decision to reverse the tie and play it here tonight, because as was predicted at the weekend, the weather hasn't really got that much better, and if they'd tried to have played it at Spotland this midweek, it would have been postponed again, and that would have meant it would have been reversed to here anyway. And next week, as was the case with Gateshead and Boston on Saturday, both of these sides do have important league games to come next week. Obviously, Rochdale are at home to York, which for them is a really big game, one in which they'll probably draw in a decent crowd as well, so they'll want to play that on its original scheduled date. While for Stockton, I believe they've got a visit from Lancaster to come next Wednesday, so again, it's probably to avoid as much disruption as possible, but it's shaping up to be a very good cup tie this tonight. It is very cold, which is which I can confirm because I'm outside at the moment. But you know what, as soon as they announced that they were reversing this tie, it was one that I wanted to go to pretty much straight away, and I've made sure that I've done that. So it's going to be a good one tonight. Obviously, Stockton already making a pretty good account of themselves in their first year at NPL Premier level, and I'm sure will make a good account of themselves tonight. But the big question is, can they cause yet another upset against Greater Manchester opposition? Let's head on down to Bishopton Road West and find out how it all unfolds. So the teams are now warming up. Stockton and getting right in front of us. Going to be in their red away strip as it goes this evening. Of course, This tie was originally drawn to be played at Scotland, so technically speaking, Stockton are the away side in this fixture. Anyway, Rochdale again ready in the distance. Looks as though they're going to be in their dark blue and like black home strip. But anyway, I will see you when the players are coming out of the tunnel and ready to start the match. Incidentally, I should say that the winners of this tie will face a long trip to the south coast in the next round to face Worthing, so a very long journey ahead for whoever does win this tie, but I'm sure the fans won't mind, as they could make a bit of a weekend of it. But as I said, I'll be back when the players are coming out the tunnel. I'm underway. Oh, ooh. Oh. Oh, good chance. Oh. Oh, save.
Euros probably will get it next week if they're doing in the bed and better already. But I think there's a good chance to make it as well. I tell you who won it? Even though we're not going to form any contract, we're going to partner it with someone like Starless or someone. So they're going to lead it off.
Half-time, Stockton Town 0, Rochdale 0. Rochdale, as you'd probably expect, have had most of the ball and most of the play in Stockton's half, but Stockton have done a pretty good job so far of containing them. Rochdale have tried to sort of get round the back of them quite a few times, but so far you'd have to say that Stockton have been extremely well organised, and they've been tough to break down. But Stockton are in no way parking a bus or being negative or anything like that. They've certainly made a good fist of it so far. Had a few decent-ish opportunities, not really tested the goalkeeper of yet, but they are getting forward with a reasonable amount of promise, and if they can get a decent chance away at some point in the second half, then you just never know. I think before long maybe Rochdale will have to start just maybe trying to look from range and that sort of thing a little bit more. Just give the Stockton defence a bit more to think about. But so far, I think Stockton will be happy with their overall effort so far. But I tell you what, it's absolutely Baltic tonight. If I thought Saturday and Sunday was cold, this is just kind of taking it to a whole new level. Maybe I'm just going soft. Who knows?
Ooh. Yeah.
'Chance. Oh, save. What a save that is. Ooh.
What's the ball?
Oh. Go on. 3 minutes of added time, 3 minutes. End of 90 minutes, Stockton Town 0, Rochdale 0. Penalties to decide it. Stockton's go first. Match point Stockton. This to send Stockton to Worthing. Oh no. Rochdale still have to score the next one. Pass to score. score, but it's still match point to Stockton. Oh, saved. He still has to score this next one. Alaraki has to score to keep Rochdale in the trophy. He does, and it's sudden death. Brave move to let Nathan Harker take the next one. And now it's match point to Rochdale. This to send Rochdale to Worthing. And he does. Full-time Stockton Town 0, Rochdale 0, with Rochdale winning 4-3 on penalties. I can't quite believe Stockton haven't won that shootout, to be honest. I mean, from that sort of position, 3-1 up after 3 penalties each, it almost feels as if it's harder to lose the shootout than it is to go on and win it. And they were in such a good position, but it has to be said, threw it away basically. And I think Rochdale have definitely rode their luck there tonight. I mean, within the 90 minutes, I think of the two sides, if anyone maybe slightly deserved to win the game in 90, then it would have been a Rochdale. But I thought Nathan Harker in the Stockton goal tonight was absolutely exceptional. I didn't put a foot wrong in the game. I mean, I know he obviously skied his penalty over the bar and that sort of thing, but in terms of his goalkeeping performance, yeah, he really didn't do anything wrong. But I think in the 90 minutes, in the first half, Stockton had a few like decent opportunities and that sort of thing, but second half, can't really recall them like creating any chances at all. So it is Rochdale that do go through after all that. Not a classic tie. It was absolutely Baltic cold as well, but Rochdale are the ones that will be heading to Worthing in the next round. They've maybe in some ways had a bit of a rub of the green tonight, but you look at Gateshead's run to the last two finals, how many rubs of the green against a lower opposition we had. So maybe that's could be a relatively promising sign for Rochdale, the fact that they've not had their best of nights tonight, but by hook or by crook they have found their way through. And yeah, it's probably just one of those where they just needed to get the job done and move on. As we say, it wasn't pretty, and there's probably a lot of things that they ought to work on the back of it, but they have got through, and that is all they will care about. But as we say, for Stockton, considering how agonisingly close they got, they'll be bitterly disappointed after that. But I think again tonight we maybe saw just why they are regarded as a very good team at Northern Premier League level. But that is that for this video, and I'll be back on Saturday with what at the minute is Gateshead versus Braintree Town. But given the fact that we're having very few spells where the weather actually does get above freezing, I'm fairly sure that game is probably going to get called off. But there is one or two alternatives lined up on 3G pitches, one of them being yet another trip to Bishopston Road West for Billiamston Thonia against Bedlington Terriers, another being Morpeth Town versus Guiseley, and the last option being Sunderland West End versus Chester Street United. So hopefully I'll end up at a game somewhere on Saturday, but until then, take care, cheers for watching, see you later.